In this video, reluctantly, I'm going to be replacing the valley gaskets and some other gaskets on this Discovery. So, as you can see, the Disco 2 is back in the shop. It'll never leave, I don't think. The gasket set just came in the other day. A head gasket set. I'm not going to replace the head gaskets. I don't actually know if they're actually in the kit, but it's a top end kit. We put the smoke tester on it a few months ago, trying to find out what the problem is. It's had a brand new, genuine mass airflow sensor, new air filter box, because that was all cracked. That's all sealed up now, and it goes for about 70 miles, because this has got miles on it, and it seems as soon as it gets about 70, 80 miles, 90, boom, light comes on. No matter when you do mixed driving, you do motorway, round town, idling, doesn't matter, it'll just come on, and there's no change in performance or nothing, but it's just an annoying light. So, like I said, there's an awful lot of things to take off this to do these gaskets, and at the same time I'm going to be replacing the plug leads and the coil packs at the back, because Land Rover in their infinite wisdom put them right at the back of the engine. Great. So now's the time to change them. Tell you what, let's have a look in this gasket set and see what's in it. What's in here? Oh, they're the valve stem seals. We won't be touching the head. I'm not going to take the head off, so we'll put them back in his box. We've got here, oh good, there's the injector seals. We're going to check them. We're going to check the injectors. I've got a little machine to test the injectors. Those are the rubbers that we're after, and some other bits and pieces of seals. We're not going to change the exhaust gaskets at all. Are we going to change these gaskets? Well, we might as well do while we're here, because it's kind of an easy thing to do, so we'll change that. Oh, it has got those gaskets in it. Yeah, this is a Victor Reinz set. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go in the trunk there on the boot, and I'll show you a Britpart one and show you the difference. So the Britpart one is just an old bit of stamped cardboard, now flashed there, and this is why I was reluctant to fit it, because I didn't want to do it twice. Whereas this is shimmed steel, and it's pressed in such a fashion that you can compress round here without really needing sealer. But I'll put a little bit of high-low sill around those joints there, but a considerable difference. And it is marked front. So I've pulled a myriad of pipes and brackets and stuff like that off. I think I'm ready to take off the manifold intake. I think it's only 6 bolts, but just please note that it has fully equipped with my favourite accessory, so you just can't reach. Nice. So let's take that off and see what happens. What are they? Are they 10s or 8s? They're bound to be 8s, because I haven't got an impact for that. Well, it's lunchtime. All I've got out is a few bolts, and I still haven't got the manifold off. Been on it all morning. It's got that secondary air injection system in it, and it's like a catch-22. Which bolts do you take out? That's a nightmare, because there's some brackets. It's these little things here. These things here are attached to 2 pipes that go into the head. But because they're on brackets and studs, they're a bit tricky to get out. This side especially, because you've got the coolant pipes all fastened down, and there are steel coolant pipes, so it looks like I'm going to have to take the bolts out of the brackets, all the coolant pipes off, to move them out to where to get to the studs. It's really hot and humid as well. So here's the story so far. Now I've had to take the alternator off to get to this bolt here, for this pipe here, because this pipe won't allow this secondary air valve to be removed, because there's a bracket holding it on. You see what I mean? This pipe is rigid. So that's that. Now you can see I had to take, you know, there's an awful lot more to take off. But I'm still not down at the manifold yet. Now, in the shop manual, it was talking about taking the water pipe off. Oh yeah, because there's a bolt down there, look. Oh, what a big job this is. Where's that? Oh, there. There. It's a lot of fun. Now the next thing is, because this has got secondary air intake, you can see right at the very back there's a stainless steel tube. Apparently we've got to get that off and unbolt the coil pack, which is behind there somewhere, in order to get that manifold off, because there's a bolt right at the very back of the intake. So I'm about to get this manifold off. This is just the intake. Bull bars, I just love bull bars. They're so good, everybody should have them. Makes your job 10 times easier. Now, if you were from Middlesbrough area, in the old days, this would be going straight up to Prosser's. You know where that is. In fact, the whole bloody thing would be going to Prosser's if it was mine. Now, we can actually see the part we're after. What a mess about these cars are. See, there's the coil packs there, look. So there's an intake gasket. Doesn't look too bad. But now, we need to unclip all the injectors, take the fuel rail out, undo some of the pipes up here, and we should have access to it. What a joke these cars are. Down at the back here, there's this little Schrader valve for testing the fuel pressure. How on earth are you supposed to get into that? Anyway, let's not dream about that. Let's get this lot off. Need a little screwdriver and undo the plugs for the injectors and get them out. Right, as you can probably see, we are sort of making a bit of progress now. The coil pack, I just unplugged the leads from the block rather than the coil itself, because I don't want to get them mixed up. The leads are marked. The fuel rail is interesting because you have to take the coil pack out to get to the clip to undo the fuel rail. Now the next thing I'm looking at is taking that manifold off. But I'm sure that one of the bolts goes under the AC, like the AC. So I moved the AC out of the way, and it was the bolt just in this corner here that's the problem. That one. Now, I think I can get that out, but I still think I'm going to have to take that pipe off there, because I'll never lift it off. And that means taking all that bracket off. I don't want to do that. After that, it's just those bolts holding it down. Yep. You have to take all this AC pump bracket off. There's another bolt underneath. So I finally managed to get that bracket off, and I'm fighting because I can't get the fan. I couldn't get the fan undone. I know it's a right hand thread, but it was rusted on a solid. So let's see if we can get this bracket off here. Just enough to get to that bolt there. I've just struggled on getting one cover off. The dipstick's held in with a screw on top of the rocker box. Anyway, let's have a look, see if we can get this off. Ta-da! Oh, coolant everywhere. Another bit for process. So, we're down to the gasket. Let's take the camera off. Let's have a look. So all that remains now is a 13mm there and a 13mm there. Did I see a socket somewhere? Because I saw a socket lying on top of there, and I think the last mechanic who worked on it. Oh, there it is, look, there's a socket. Just down in there. I'm obviously giving up on that. The intakes look alright. This was supposed to have been rebuilt engine, but look at all the carbon on it. I'll take the other one off tomorrow, at least I've got that bit off. Down there, what a lot of bits to take off. Anyway, that's it, I'm off for a beer.